Having problems with camber or oil canning? It may not be your machine. Check the coil first. This is Rick from New Tech Machinery. Today, we're breaking down how poor quality coils cause problems and how to spot and fix issues before they hit your jobs or your margins. Here's what we'll cover: accurate coil measurements, visual and structural defects, supplier and material issues, practical tips for quality assurance, and how to tell if the problem is with the coil or the machine. Let's dive into it. Let's start with accurate coil measurements. Before you run anything, verify that the coil width and thickness match your order. If you're expecting an 11 7/8 inch coil, but it measures 11 13/16 or 11 15/16, it won't track straight without adjustments, and you'll chase the problem down the line. Use a tape measure to confirm width and caliper to check thickness. Aluminum should read very close to the spec. If you ordered 027, it should measure around 027. Steel is specified by the gauge and thickness varies by the gauge. So remember that 26 gauge is thinner than 24 gauge. If thickness is off from what you purchased, contact your manufacturer or distributor right away. Next, inspect the coil itself for visual and structural defects. Unroll 8 to 10 feet and look closely under direct light. Check for oil canning or surface waviness. Make sure the edges are smooth and watch for mushrooming where the edges appear swollen or irregular. Move your light so it hits the coil directly. Angled lighting will reveal imperfections you might miss otherwise. Now, check for camber. Lay 2 coil strips side by side on a flat surface. They should line up perfectly with no gaps. If you see a gap or the strips arc away from each other, that's camber and it won't run straight through your machine. Camber coil leads to inconsistent tracking and poor quality panels or gutters, so address it before you start roll forming. Next up, supplier and material issues. If a coil is out of spec or shows defects, you have 2 choices: return it or try to adjust your machine. Don't tune the machine to compensate for bad coil. That risks damaging rollers and creates more rework when panels or gutters won't run straight. The right move is to stop, document the issue, and return the coil for a replacement that meets your specs. Protect yourself up front by buying from reputable suppliers. Those too good to be true factory discounts or unfamiliar vendors often come with inconsistent thickness, camber, or edge defects that cost you far more in machine wear, scrap, and labor. Stick with trusted sources and verify each delivery before it hits your roll former. Check out this video from our sister company Sheffield Metals about reputable suppliers. Next up, practical tips for quality assurance. Document everything. When you find defects, take clear photos, short videos under direct light, and note measurements from your tape and caliper. Keep coil tags and heat numbers, and save a small sample if needed. Suppliers are far more likely to accept returns when you show proof that you perform standard checks. Communicate early. If you have a nearby or long-term supplier, invite them to inspect on-site or arrange a quick return. Strong relationships make exchanges simpler and faster because they know you run a tight process. Use quality materials. Stick with reputable suppliers known for consistent width and thickness, clean edges, and minimal camber. Better coil means smoother production, fewer callbacks, and less wear on your machine. Build partnerships with suppliers who want to keep your business. They'll prioritize meeting your specs and resolving your issues quickly. So, is it the coil or the machine? If you're seeing camber, oil canning, or other imperfections, don't assume it's your roll former. While minor machine adjustments are sometimes needed, most issues start with the coil. That's why you verify dimensions, inspect surfaces and edges, and check for camber before you run. Watch the panel as it exits the machine. If the coil checked out and the machine is producing straight panels, the problem likely occurred at installation. If the coil fails inspection, you can rule the machine out and address the source immediately. If you want a full breakdown, check out this article right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.